Hi class and welcome. My name is Casey Fisher and today I chose to do my presentation on Dinh Q. Dinh Q is a contemporary Vietnamese artist. He was born in 1968 in Ha Hien, Vietnam, and he migrated to the United States when he was only 10 years old. Since then, Lee has moved back to his native land of Vietnam. The Vietnam War had a huge impact on Lee's art. The war went on from 1955 to 1975, so as a child, he experienced his whole life in Vietnam during the war. Some of his most famous works are the mixtures between Hollywood and Vietnam. Hollywood oftentimes portrays Vietnam from the side of the American soldiers, and Lee, like many other Vietnamese artists, wanted to portray the side of the Vietnamese people as well. And also a little background about the Vietnam War. It was the South against the North. The North was communist and had a leader who wanted the entire country of Vietnam to be communist, and the South was against that, and the US allied with the side of the South. Dinh Q was from South Vietnam. One of his most well-known exhibits, and my personal favorite, is Crossing the Farther Shore. This is a collection of photos that were stringed together to make these box-like figures. And on the back of these photos is the stories of the Vietnamese people during the war. On one of the photos, there's actually the most famous, well-known poem in Vietnam, and it is called The Tale of Kieu by Nguyen Du. These pictures were not only war pictures, but they were everyday life pictures for the people of Vietnam, and it showed both the good and the bad, because a lot of times with the war going on for so long, all artists would portray was the sadness and the devastation that had occurred to the people. So this also showed how the people tried to maintain their everyday lives and celebrate birthdays and weddings, etc., things like that. So the next exhibit I wanted to talk about is the farmers and the helicopters. This one was super neat, and this was a collection project that he did with actually a farmer and the guy who helped him build the helicopter. So the point of this was to have 3 screens side by side showing pictures of or scenes of the war, scenes of movies that like the movie with Charlie Sheen, and then they had in between they had a life-size helicopter that was handmade. The helicopters were a huge part of the Vietnam War and for the people, and for each person they symbolized something different, but Lee wanted to show them and just show the impact that they had on the people. Thank you for tuning into my presentation. I hope you enjoyed.